Hi, teacher friends. Graphic Organizers Part 2. I remember what I was going to say. At the beginning of the year, the teacher does this. You're modeling how to do this. You're modeling how to write the words, how to draw the pictures, how to engage their thinking. As the year goes on, the children can start doing this, right? They can start coming up and drawing pictures. Maybe you talk about, what do you know? Oh, Sammy, you know about an elephant. Why don't you draw an elephant on this piece of paper? I'll write the word and you draw the picture, and then you can come put your picture up here of your elephant. You can give that around to the children, different animals, and they can draw a picture of the animal that they know about. Maybe two children know something about elephants. Sure, you draw your picture too. And the children are then interacting with the KWL chart. Let's say they know about snakes, and you have a little girl that says snakes, and you say, oh, you come make the S for me, and she'll draw the S. You want to make sure it's not long drawn out where the children are not all engaged. It's okay to have one or two come up too, but try to think of ways to involve them that engages everybody, so there's not a lot of wait time, because it gets pretty boring waiting for somebody else to draw a word or sound out a word. But that's one way to get the children involved, is drawing pictures. Or while you give her a sticky note to write the word snakes, another child is writing the word giraffe or monkey. Okay, so you get the idea there. Another thing I like to do towards the end of the year, we now know how these graphic organizers work because we use them all the time. The children have engaged in writing here too, and it doesn't have to be on a piece of paper. It can come, they can write it right here on the board, on the paper that you wrote it on. But what I also like to have them do is have their own clipboard towards the end of the year. And maybe I'm doing a circle map or I'm doing a KWL chart, and they create their own. Now, maybe there's a squiggle. See, I've got a child who still is not writing well, or he's got fine motor's not up to par or up to speed to where everybody else's is, but he's squiggling and he's trying because everybody else is, so that's part of large group, and he wants to be part of large group, so he's drawing. Maybe you have 3 students that are squiggly, but they're working on it, they're trying. And then you have your other half of the group that really is creating this on their own clipboard, and writing their own information that they want to know. Do they have to spell everything correctly? No. Maybe they represent in pictures. Maybe they represent a house with an H. Maybe they represent an H and an S because those are the sounds they hear. Maybe they put, the house over here. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. As long as they're trying and they're creating their own graphic organizer, you can also use that as an assessment piece as far as growth, and you can see their own personal growth. So maybe at the beginning when you first did this and they each had their own piece of paper, you can see growth from the beginning of each child and compare it to their own, what they did last week compared to what they did this week compared to what they're going to do next week. You can compare those and see growth in that for each individual child. Okay, so I just wanted to reiterate that you can involve the children in these graphic organizers, no matter which one you do. Bubble map, it does not have to be pre-written, because you are drawing with them how to create it, so they can create it, or it can be a printout and they can fill in the bubbles. But I just prefer a blank piece of paper, just like I would start with. Anyway, if you have any questions, let us know. Thanks.